asking.
So there was some string players that was I don't think that was with the company that had their own. It was outside of us or whatever. But
that's what she's talking about. Yeah.
But one of the horn players had went into the I guess their area, and they had like kind of funny or weird with him.
Oh no!
Because he was, I guess he was in their space or something about the music. It was something he said, and then like he had some words back with the lady like I know, like it's like he was giving them game on like whatever music they had.
Yeah.
Like because they was acting kind of I guess stuck up or whatever.
He was like, we got a Grammy too.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep, that's exactly what their energy was.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I can tell you from being on that side of the fence that that's the whole reason why I don't really fool with orchestra like that anymore. So I did.
You lost, boy.
I am. I mean, because I'm from Pleasant Grove, and my daddy's side from Highland Hills.
Yeah.
So I'm not Carlton Banks and anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's you can take me out the hood.
Right.
You know, it's like I tell my cello students, it's just wood and strings at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I've always come from a different perspective. Like it's just wood and string. Like I mean, we just playing music. It's really not that serious. Yeah, it's not that serious. And then you got somebody like me that at the time when I started playing cello, it was considered kind of late. Like 12 years old. That's kind of late. You usually start when you're like fresh out the box. You know, as soon as you start walking, here's a violin, go conquer the world. But here I come, you know, I come in at 12 and I'm blazing, and, you know, some white folk didn't like that. And me coming from the type of areas that I came from, I didn't care.
Yeah. And you shouldn't.
I still don't care.
Yeah.
Man, so I've been called all kind of N-words, like from, I can't even remember how young I was, but I didn't care. And I was the type, I say it right back.
Yeah.
To a white person.
Right.
Like, and they looking at me crazy. Like, did I just call you that? Get out of my face.
Nigga.
You know what I mean?
Come get Karen, please.
No, for real. So I've never understood the elitism in the classical world, but like we were talking about earlier, that's kind of a lot of the stuck-upness from classical players are conditioning. We're taught you have to practice anywhere from 2 to 5 hours a day or you're not going to be good. There's always somebody that's fighting for your spot, or the age-old, I'm going to compete for this chair in a symphony orchestra along with several thousand other people. Conductors are complete jerks. They will sit there.
Just gonna ask you that.
Look, and again, coming from the areas that I come from, I'm not gonna let you talk to me like that if I know that wasn't me that jumped in an eighth note early. That you heard who it was. Yeah. Why you looking at me? Right. You standing right here. So they're complete jerks. They'll sit there and tell you. They'll demoralize you. You can be an adult. I know people personally in symphony orchestras that have been told, singled out by a conductor, you're terrible. You've wasted all this time and money. Why are you playing this instrument? Like in their expensive accents and whatnot. Yeah.
Made up accents.
Yeah, and I mean I sure enough have gotten in trouble in the past several times. Like I snap right back. It's not common to do that. And I mean, you put on your customer service voice if you want to say something to a conductor, but you're not just going to flat out be like, you're not going to talk to me like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten up and walked out. Like, and so a part of that is conditioning, but it's a double-edged sword. That conditioning, it kind of made a lot of string players stuck up. So they really can't help it, and they really don't know no better. But the way you can humble a string player real quick, especially if they in a Shaka Khan situation, tell them to improv for 8 bars. It's either going to be really bad or they're not going to do it. They just not going to play.
Yeah.
Or they're going to play something terrible, horrible, because we're conditioned to be on the page. You don't get off that page. That's probably what the problem was with old boy, like telling them, hey, so when we get here, we might loop it 8 times. If you tell them what we might do off the page, I'm not doing it. That's not on my music.
I always say it's certain musicians that have like those type people. It's like the difference between being book smart and street smart.
Absolutely.
And it's like people need to understand, especially if you're going to come into this musician world, you need to have a good balance of both. You need to know what you're doing from a technical standpoint, but you also, and a theoretical standpoint, but you also need to know how to go off because that's that